Starting live. We are now live, apparently. Yep. One person's watching. Evening, everybody. At the moment, 5. Well, I thought this would be a bit more interesting than Boris's statement. So, me and Phil are diving live from a deserted Abbotsbury. So, not been in. Lines haven't been in the water too long. Just got down just before it went dark. And yeah, at the moment we're both fishing rigs we've never tried before. They're fixed pennel rigs that we've seen other people using, and I'm the far side with the dark rods on the screen. Phil's some nice brightly lit ones leaning closer. We've both had a couple of taps and bait stripped, but yeah, it's still early days. I've got a feeling we're going to need it, Dave. Wind's about 15 miles an hour into our face at the moment. Cloud cover's just come over. There's a nice little chop on the swell. But if anyone fancies coming down here, there's plenty of room. There's one guy behind us. And we've gone right towards the cottages. And the next guy fishing is down at the teeth. You got the whole stretch from the cottages to the teeth free. Evening, Darryl. Get your ass down here, Darryl. Got plenty of bait between us. I will apologise now if my signal goes, but everyone knows about by now, if they've watched this a few times, that I'm on Tesco's mobile, and yeah, my signal can be more hit and miss than the government policy on COVID. Good on you, Darryl. Just bear with me, I'm trying to get myself sorted out. Phil doesn't believe me, I'll never get sorted. trying to do a live stream and do brews and watch my rods. Let me know if I miss a bite on mine. Evening everyone who's joining it. That's alright, Sam. Cheers for that. If anyone can let us know what Boris has said we can and can't do as and when he does his statement later on the night, that'd be grateful. Yeah, it's not quite 8 o'clock yet, Phil. Just about a minute 2. I thought we'd be all alternate entertainment. Well, you maybe, I'm just alternate. There's 20 people who don't want to watch Boris at least. I'm getting another lot of little taps on my right hand rod again, Phil. That ragworm one's getting stripped again, I reckon. We're constantly getting little taps with something out there. We've both had baits stripped, but nothing's bent us over just yet. But yeah, it is surreal to be at Abbo and see nobody, to see not a single lamp for as far as I can see. So what base you got out, Phil? Rag on one.
I got rag out on one and rag blacks and squid on the other.
Rag, blacks and squid.
Yeah.
And your right hand rod just had a wobble.
The left hand one. The left hand one, that's on. Hoping out they keep spinning.
I know, but that's that black wrap and...
Yeah. Rag and squid.
Just be mindful if it's your first time down here, Lawrence. There are some big currents down here. We've set up about 30 yards back and we're still not confident we're far enough back. Evening, Peter. Evening, Len. I'll apologise if I miss you coming on stream, but I don't know what goes on with this, but it only tells me a few people are turning up, and when I come back to watch the comments, Phil's first bait change on that rod. It's been out there a good hour. So it's probably been stripped. Evening, Darren. Evening, Peter. As predicted, bait gone. Yep, bait's completely stripped. There's plenty of small stuff out there having a nibble.
Nice.
Just waiting for Mr. Billy Bass or Mr. Codling to come along.
There we go.
Darryl's on, yeah.
Why is he not fishing?
I asked him that. He said he's too busy sharing the stream round.
Why he's not fishing?
Phil says to you, Darryl, get your ass down here fishing.
Why is he fishing? He's too busy. Too much on.
So, what time did you say high was tonight, Phil?
11, 20, no, 11, 30.
So yeah, we're fishing up towards high tide at the moment, so hopefully next hour or so we should start seeing some fish come in. Fingers crossed. But there are some very big tides down here at the moment. I think we might get some company, Phil. There's some light coming over.
Yeah.
Look over the car park, how bright that is.
Okay.
I think we might actually have some company on the beach.
The old boy from Funny, still there. That bloke's still there.
Yeah. So there's like 3 of us down towards the cottages, and the next person's down at the Teeth. Well, there was someone down at the Teeth. I don't know if they're still down there. Can't see that far now. My eyesight is rubbish as it is. Evening, James, Leon, Harvey, John, Mohammed. So yeah, as yet we haven't beached anything, but we've both had hooks stripped. Hang on. Bear with me, people. Yeah, for some reason both my rods have gone slightly slack, but nothing seems to have taken an interest in it properly. Evening Tony, evening Callum, evening Mike. How's the picture and sound quality? Because while I'm down here my signal is dire at times.
Dire straight sounding.
Oh, something must be going on. We're down to 13 people. Boris must be making a statement. Yeah. Well, that makes two of us at least. So you trying that new rig out on one of yours, Phil, and just normal pulley dropper on the other?
I got pulley dropper on. Up and over.
So Phil's fishing a pulley dropper on one and up and over on the other. I've got two fixed pennel rigs, trying a different rig out just to see if it actually does work. They're holding quite nicely anyway. And to complete talking through my setup, I'm using a pair of 6 baits, 14 foot. Phil's are 14 foot 6 baits as well. And I'm paired up with a pair of Mag 4s, the new Mag 4s. And my casting style is shocking, but it's added 40 yards onto my cast easily. Is it me, Phil, or has that wind just dropped completely now?
Isn't it?
Do you reckon you could ask for any better conditions?
Oh mate, spot on.
Now, do the fish actually know this?
They want to, Dane.
So, yeah. A little bit of a weather update. When we got down here, there was about 20, 25 mile an hour winds coming straight into our face off the shore. And, well, off the sea, onshore. And we've set up. And now there's cloud cover rolled in. A decent chop on. And the wind's decided it's going to drop out. Evening, Dave Eden. Evening, Paul Lovett. Evening, Neil. Evening, Simon. So as yet we are blanking, but signs are promising. Phil, your right hand rod. Yeah. Well, that one went there. Your left-hand one went straight after it. Yep. Evening, Glenn. So what have we missed from Boris then? Anyone gonna let us know? Evening, Hayley. I do apologise for the lack of action, guys and girls, but I don't know what's going on down here at the moment. It seems to be perfect. Just the fish haven't remembered they're supposed to be floating. Evening, Phil. Evening, Ian.
That's mental. That's mental. Got loads of fish and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, got to keep catching and stuff.
Evening, Barry and Dan and Sue. Not much is going on down here at the moment. We've both had baits stripped, but it's been little tappy tap bites. Nothing really decisive so far. It is still surreal to look along and see nothing in the way of fishing lights from Abbotsbury all the way down to Portland. There just doesn't seem to be anybody out tonight. My fire rod seems to have a little bit of interest in it. Can anyone give me an update on how the signal quality and that's coming through? Because I really can't tell on this at the moment because my signal could be hit and miss. Thanks, Ian. At least I know one thing. My sound's coming through alright. So, yeah. I've probably, for those of you who've been on a while or just joining us, we are to the right hand side of the car park out of Abbotsbury, where we normally go. There is one guy fishing behind us towards the cottages, and there was one guy right the way down at the teeth. The whole of the COVID campsite is gone, and it is just, well, it should be perfect conditions now. We've both had bites, but nothing major. And we've both had baits stripped. I'm fishing on the fire rods that are a little bit darker on screen. One baited up with blacks that are about 5 days old. The other one baited up with fresh rag. Both fishing fixed pennel rigs. Phil's fishing an up and over on one rod and a pulley dropper on the other. One's baited up with squid, blacks and rag wrap. The other one's just straight rag. The guy fishing behind us reckons he had a herring earlier on, but we're not sure. We didn't see the fish. But that's all he's had out so far, and a mackerel. And he's been down here since 4 o'clock this afternoon. But it's about time I did a bait change, so be back in a moment.
winter. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I do miss working, but I choose work anytime I do. Not choose social work. I do. I no. It's all right, like a night or two. It's all right. But she's got me, my mate. If anything happens,
Right. I wonder if you guys can see that. That is 2 fresh blacks wrapped up, going out. Let's see if Mr. Pollywog can take that. there's definitely something out there liking the ragworm, because that's yet again ragworm's come back strip.
In the sleep on that. That's why. Or, yeah, well, I've got that falling that makes it makes a lot of door as well, but it's kind of difficult to get into it. We'll have to do that next time.
Just bear with me, folks. I'm just trying to bait up, but I'm having a bit of a mare. Right then, for a rag and squid grub. Just a small bait. I don't know if you guys can see that. Just a small little rag and squid.
The what? In what way?
Sorry about the massive delay, everybody. Alright, I'm back with you now. I've done a bait change. Yes, I know I should be a lot quicker on my bait changes, but it's not as if it's fishing hard at the moment. Definitely going to need the good luck, Colin. I'm sorry, just scrolling back through to see if I've missed any comments. Not a dribble yet, Mint. Yeah, I thought the blow was coming today, Dave. Hang on. My clicker just started going. Not much happening at the moment, but
And I was going to come up in the morning, when you were still in bed, I'd jump on top of you and square it all over your face.
fingers are crossed.
I would. And your mum would go, no, don't do that. Why not?
Yeah, Minty, if you're still there, it's clouded over, but the stars are starting to show again. So, fingers crossed we're going to miss some of that rain that's due to come through for the time being.
With no fucking way coming clean and shit.
Yeah, so very quiet start so far.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. Just slap each other's head down on it. I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, for anyone who's just joined, we're fishing to the right of Abbotsbury from the car park. The beach is nigh on deserted. Camp COVID seems to have disappeared. There's not a single tent or anything down here. When we got down here, there's one guy to our right. There's another guy right down past the cottages, but he seems to have gone. And there's one down by the teeth. In between, there is nobody. I cannot see a single light along the beach. So, unless everybody knows something I don't, it seems to be a deserted beach. I'm fishing 4 or 5 day old blacks on one rod and rag and squid on the other, both on fixed pennel rigs, size 3 and 4/0s. Phil's fishing on near side of a screen, and he's got an up and over on one and a pulley dropper on the other. One's baited with a rag, lug and squid cocktail, and the other one I believe is just straight rag.
One man. Oh, six. Sorry.
We've both had baits stripped, but no positive bites as yet. Just little taps, mostly on the ragworm. When we got down here, there's sort of 20-ish mile an hour wind into our face coming off the sea. That seems to have dropped now to about 10 mile an hour wind. There's a decent chop on, but nothing major. And the clouds have slowly started to roll in. And it's coming up towards high tide at 11 o'clock tonight or something like that. So, fingers crossed it should start picking up soon. Is anybody else out at all this week? Where are you planning on going? And what rig would you recommend I try next? There are tripod lights by Paul Packman, Martin. Both of us are using them. No problem. If you look for tripod lights or Paul Packman's in the group somewhere. So if you search the group for Paul Packman and just drop him a message, he'll tell you how much they are, because I can't remember off the top of my head. But I ordered mine and had them within 4 days. Phil's had his for years. It's a 9-volt battery that sits underneath your tripod, and on a full charge, if you put it on the medium setting, I've got mine on bright because I'm on stream, but on a medium setting I've done 3 nights without having to recharge it easily. Medium's easy enough to fish with, but for streaming I like to go a little bit brighter so you guys can actually see my rods. So I used to use a tip light until I met Phil, and he showed me his setup, and it's reduced the line wraps at the top of my eyes. It just makes it all a little bit more convenient. From what I've seen, Thursday should be just about fishable, but you know what the weather's like. At the moment, it's perfect conditions down here. The fish just don't seem to know it. I think I got a little bit of interest in my right hand rod, but that's all it's been so far. It's just little tappity taps, nothing decisive. I don't particularly want to drop hook sizes down. So yeah, it should be starting to pick up soon, I'm hoping. I just don't know what to try at the moment. I'm not particularly wanting to drop hook sizes down. So where are you thinking of getting down to then, Martin? Which part? Because I tried fishing the Cove End on Friday, had a monster pout, and then smaller pout throughout the rest of the night. And then when it got to high tide, I could not hold bottom out there with that tide at the weekend. Then I found what I'm assuming was something's discarded 80 yards out down in the cove. Because me and the guy next to me, we just kept on snagging up. Evening John Casey, evening Adrian, evening Clive.
Is that Clive on?
That is Clive Lukins. I think Phil's finally got off his phone call.
What's that?
Oh, I've been trying to do a live stream. It's a bit difficult when there's nothing going on. A bit of banter between us normally helps.
Hey?
A bit of banter between us normally helps.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah. Keep meaning to fish Ferry Bridge End, but I just don't like the walk from the car park. Plus, with the parking restrictions going on and the prices going up everywhere, the Masonic car park's still free for 72 hours. I don't know if anyone knows that or not. So, if you do fancy a trip down there and you're a bit tight-fisted like myself, the Masonic car park is free for 72 hours. Evening Fred, evening Lee. Keep seeing reports of people getting stolen that out down at Cogden and West Becks, but I don't know whether or not to put a rig out for that. So you mean to say we're on our own down there, Phil? You are joking me. Start of cod season, first bit of blow from the southwest, and we're on a deserted Abbo. You are joking. It's got to be a first on it. But we are the only people fishing Abbotsbury. Well, given our results so far, it's not.
Tide's not even coming up yet.
Oh, it's on its way up slowly. Anyone able to tell us what high tide is? We're using Paul Packman's tripod lights. Jonathan Smith. If you look for Paul Packman in the group and drop him a PM. Yeah, I'm not going through that mouthful. Yeah, you try and say that sober. Because I'm struggling with it. Yeah. Just look for Paul Packman in the group and then look for tripod lights. Is Paul one of the admins, Phil? Yeah. On Abbotsbury. I think he is, isn't he? Yeah, so if you look for the admins on Abbotsbury Anglers, I'm pretty sure Paul Packman's one of the admins on there, so you can find him through that. Save searching for all the group for everything. What are they, about 35, 40 quid, if that? The lights. Yeah. Give me a moment. Phil's going to just have a look for us. Because, yeah, Paul Packman makes and ships them out. Posts them all over. Obviously for the price it is. I'm not going to say that. You can. You can shout.
Right. It was called.
Alright, come closer to the screen and shout.
Can you see that?
Just about, yep. Can just back up a bit, Phil. That's the page that Paul sells those tripod lights from. So if you have a look there, obviously after our stream, well, you might as well go now because we're not catching anything, but as long as you come back, we've got no issues.
Yeah.
If you go there and have a little word with Paul,
Click on that page.
click on that page, you'll get all the info you ever need about them.
Right. I'll tell you now how much they are. The full light kit is £35.
Full light kit, which is basically what I've got on my fireside, which is the light, bracket and battery, is
Don't
for
live in Colchester, it's £10.80 for postage.
it's £35 for the light kit and £10 what?
£10.80 for
£10.80
postage.
for next day postage on them.
Next day delivery.
Obviously, depending on your location, there is restrictions on Highlands. You will post overseas as well, but there's different pricing on that. You'll have to message him for any more information. But yeah, this seems quite bizarre. No, Phil, I've just seen a headlamp flash down towards the teeth.
Yeah, I just seen them down there.
We might actually have company on the beach. I don't know if they're coming back or going or what.
No.
But that is the first sign of life I've seen for hours. It is bizarre. It is the only time I can remember in years of coming down here where I've been the only person or with someone fishing this beach. Phil, just have a look at my right hand rod. Is that a slack or is it just me? Bait gone again? Gonna have to start fishing time, Phil, I reckon. Tent village is gone, Martin. There is nobody here. Literally, I was in shock when I got down here. There was not a single tent. Smell where they've been, but there was no single tent here. That sounded a lot better if my ratchet went off, though. And don't talk about the tent village, because a few trips ago down here, me and Phil set up quite way back from the edge. Well, actually, sorry, it was Peter Lee and me were down here. Phil gone home by that point, and yeah, I set up to be safe. Woke up in the morning and friggin' tent village is spread out underneath me. I'm not a violent person, but I was tempted to walk down with my knife at one point and tell the little person that if he went over my line again, he wouldn't be getting his back. I resisted the urge. I'm sure you wouldn't have, Phil.
Right?
I'm sure you wouldn't have.
Not a strong toe.
No, they weren't wrecking the place. They have wrecked the place. They've certainly been about though, because just walking up and down the beach, I found 2 sets of discarded mackerel traces. What was it? A fish slice and a knife we found already as well. We've got half a bin liner full of rubbish already. Obviously, we'll fill that up before we go when we do a proper walk along in the morning. But yeah, that's definitely someone else on the beach down there, Phil. It keeps flashing.
At the bottom end.
Down that way towards where the walkway is.
The old curtain. Oh, the wall?
Yeah, there's a headlight just along there, Phil. Yep. About 300 yards along the beach, I keep seeing a flash of a headlight. Oh, it's not as bad as it was because it's been tidied up down there. Nah, it's not doggers. They'd be in for a surprise if Phil went along anyway. And no, it's not an aircraft coming in to land with our tripod lights before anyone comes out with that old classic. Oh, we try and keep up with the videos. I just have an issue with my signal. Because Tesco Mobile down here normally doesn't play very nicely. But I'll try and stream every time I'm out anyway, if I can get a signal. No problem, Jonathan. So yeah, if you just drop him a PM or whatever, he'll sort you out. Phil, you do realise this is twice we've been down here, the last 2 trips, and I've actually had phone signal. I've had phone signal last 2 trips we've had down here. Basically, last time I had to phone the Coast Guard because that idiot going out in the boat. Oh. Yeah. When Camp COVID was in full force down here, me and Phil were down here, and somebody decided to bring their inflatable and try and launch off the beach at Abbotsbury and proceed to kill their engine. Yeah, well, I'm kind of in a fortunate position that I didn't have to pay for my parking because I'm taxi service to Mr. Mr. Phil there, who happens to be an Abbotsbury resident, so he, being a resident, gets free parking. But yeah, the car parking charges have gone up. Yeah, don't say that too loud, Alan. Parking charges, if I remember, are £8 from 9 PM till 10 AM. And it's, last time I looked, I don't know if they've put a coin machine in now, but when we first got down here, it was card only, or pay by phone. Oh, I don't mind paying, but I take advantage of the fact that Phil lives down here. And I've got no problems paying if they can keep up the standards and maintain the place. Was that another missed bite, Phil? Stripped again. Gonna have to drop hook sizes if you want to catch them.
I don't want to go for size, do I? Wouldn't do that for. Hey?
True, that makes me think I better check mine. Nah, no immigrants turned up yet. We thought they were trying to escape when we seen the boatload launched down there last time. Admittedly, the Coast Guard was quite funny when I was on the phone to them, laughing at me, describing them going round and round in circles, and then saying, oh, it's alright, the wind's blowing them towards Line Bay so they can just land down there. So far, we have caught nothing this evening. We've had our baits stripped numerous times now, and all we're getting is tiny little taps. So I'm assuming there's like little whiting or something out there, having a good old munch. But there's been no hang on.
Right?
Yep.
Good shot.
Let's try and get it in shot. That, I assume, is what's been stripping our bait. How the hell it's taken a 4-0 hook. Let's try and get it brightened up. So yeah, there are fish out there, and this one's going back out because yeah. Let's see if Mr. Billy Bass or C. Ling is out there. let's see if Mr. Billy Bass is out there somewhere.
Eh?
I said, let's see if Mr. Billy Bass is out there somewhere.
That's
Perfect size. No blank and fresh bait. At least we know what's been robbing our baits out there. So yeah, that's my just getting lobbed back out baits. Right there. Well, at least I haven't blanked. True, I haven't blanked, Paul. Someone's just said, at least you haven't blanked. Trust me, Paul, it's gone straight back out. Like 30 yards. I'm targeting, hopefully, bass and cod. I don't know if Paul Patman's on here.
what I thought.
Paul Musgrove.
Daryl's still on there?
I don't know. Daryl, you still on here? So yeah, like we said, we've been having our baits stripped, and I think that might have been the reason, those little pout. But if they're about, hopefully Mr. Billy Bass or Sealing might come along and say hello. So it's time to ignore my right hand rod for a long period of time until it keels over. That was on rag and squid, Phil. Yep, that little pouting. Well, I put a decent sized bait out, Phil. Come on. It was a full squid split in half at the top of the ragworm, 2 decent rag, and half the squid at the bottom. The bait was about 3 times the size of the fish, Phil. How it thought it'd have that and a size 4.0 hook, I don't know. But pardon? Yeah, they are greedy little gits. Does that mean I've got to tell Lee Brody I haven't blanked again for that frigging competition on Coast to Coast? Here, Phil, is that Mars coming up over there? Look back towards Abbo village. Have a look at that red dot in the sky. It's scary. You can see more planets than you can see people fishing. I was counting the Earth as well. We can still see that. It's got to be a first for us, Phil. It's got to be a first for us. I caught the first fish.
Yeah.
That's never happened.
I know what it is.
You're too busy gassing on the phone instead of watching for the little taps.
Waiting for that monster whack. Big pull down, wallet.
Normally it's a busy spot, Alan. Normally you have to walk for miles to find a spot on Abbo. And it is deserted. As far as I can see, there is nobody fishing from where we are towards the cottages at Abbotsbury all the way down. I can't even see any lights down at Ferry Bridge, which is bizarre. Evening, Mr. Bozorf. Yep. Yeah, the only reason I asked Phil if it was Mars, because he normally just eats Mars bars and doesn't know there's a planet called Mars. Come on, Phil, you know you're not supposed to have those.
Oh, you've got me chocolate as well. And chocolate drink.
So yeah, we are live from a deserted Abbotsbury beach. I don't think I've ever said that before. A deserted Abbotsbury. It's almost as if immigration had come down. There was no sign of any tents. You could certainly smell where they've been, but there's still no sign of any tents down here. And yeah, it is just eerily quiet down here.
Is it empty?
I think there's a few down at Bexington from what I can see behind me. A few lights all the way down there. Possibly someone down at Cobden. But there is next to nobody here. See, there's definitely a torch down there, Phil.
Yeah, there is one down there.
So yeah, sorry, do apologise. There's one person right the way down at the teeth. Whether they're fishing or not, but
They are. There's a red tent down there, mate.
your eyesight's better than mine.
Yeah, I see it when you come here.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they haven't packed up.
No, you definitely see fishing.
Well, yeah, we got a slight issue with that one. There's clouds straight in front of us.
What's that?
So Martin's saying we should be able to see Jupiter and Saturn. Nah, it's just cloud out to sea, but behind us it's clear as a bell. I've got to say, Phil, I am impressed with that rig and the way it holds bottom, though.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, me and Phil saw a rig on YouTube.
I shared it.
He showed me a rig on YouTube that he'd seen. And then I found a different version of the same rig from about 5 years before, which actually showed how to tie the damn thing, because I'm useless. So I've tied up a few. And at the moment, I am very impressed with it. It's a... what would you class it as? One hook pulley, one hook pennel rig?
Yeah, 2 hooks.
Well, pennel. Class as one, innit? One, it's a flapper rig as such, with a pennel clipped down, with an SRT spring to hold it all in place. And it just seems to be holding, which is a bonus for me. What are you using, 5 ounce, Phil?
Yeah.
Both of us are using 5 ounce weights and we're holding fine, which is quite a novel experience. It's a night for firsts for me, Phil.
Hey?
It's a night for firsts for me. First time using this rig, first time catching the first fish,
First time for everything.
first time getting a decent enough signal to do a decent stream.
Same thing doing that.
Pardon?
Same thing doing that.
True. You just had a little tap on your right hand rod, Phil.
Did I?
Yeah, only a tiny one. I just saw the movement out of the corner of my eye, that was all. So anyone got any plans for fishing the weekend then? Whereabouts you gonna go on the river then, Martin? Never got into that side of fishing. Yeah, a lot of my friends go sort of freshwater fishing and that, so best of luck for that tomorrow. I say fishing, they normally go pond chucking for those overfed goldfish. So what combinations you got out at the moment then, Phil?
I got crab on one and black lug on the other.
So is the crab on the straight pulley rig, or is that on the up and over?
On the up and over.
So Phil's got crab on the up and over, and on the pulley dropper he's got black lug. Myself, I've got straight black lug on one and a live pout on the other. thought it was late for the crowd. Oh yeah, that's been crabbed. That's definitely been crabbed. Going for a change of tactics, everyone. I'm going to go with a free hook flapper. Free hook flapper. Yep. Smaller hooks, free hook flapper. Free hook flapper taken with straight rag. Hi, honey. Yeah, I've had one tiny little pate whiting. I'm trying my best to pull my socks up. There you go.
How many on there?
19. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to get crab though. Were you? Expecting crabs?
Crab?
Yeah, lost a hook to a crab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't expect to get spiders. No, I thought they'd have gone by now.
The odd one or two about, the odd few about.
Is that my left-hand rod going, Phil?
Eh?
Is that my left-hand rod going?
I wasn't seeing it. Your left.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I wasn't looking.
There's certainly fish out there, guys and girls. I managed to get 3 hooks stripped in the matter of time it took me to tie one onto the previous rig. That's almost instantaneous with that rig. Oh, think about it, that hasn't been out there that long, has it? Probably a little pout or something having a... I didn't want to say woof woof. Tip these off a little bit of squid, I reckon. So that's the 3 hook flapper rig, rebaited with rag and tipped off with a bit of squid this time. Hopefully, let's see if it lasts a little bit longer than the few minutes it was out there this time. Or I'm actually paying attention to actually the outcome. Sorry about that, boys and girls. Loads of little pout hitting it. Hi, Clifford. Clifford, someone. Yep. Clifford, Phil says hello. So yeah, I've just put out a 3-hook flapper and it is going.
Mate, I don't like there's no bait situation.
Yeah, look at my one I've just put out.
What's going on? What's that? Fish on, sunshine. You got a strap? You got a strap? What, a strap? Have you got a strap? Keep it. Keep it.
Phil's favourite. Play nicely. I make that 2-0, Phil, at the moment.
Hey?
I make that 2-0.
I don't know what's going on, mate.
When do I ever outfish you?
Got a bit peaked on here tonight, I'm starting to step up now.
We're actually going to start fishing now.
Yeah. Oh, you...
There you go. Thank you. He's coming to say hello, Phil.
Yeah. Oh. Stand up. I'm tripping up.
Where's my rag? There's my rag. I hate these slimy. No weight to it whatsoever.
No, no.
There's definitely fish out there, Phil. Pardon? Well, I found two. I found two. Hey, it's not often I get to take the piss out of you. Is it? Is this what it takes? Me to start catching fish for you to actually start fishing? What's that? What's this case of if I can catch fish, there's got to be something out there? What's it a case of if I can catch fish, there's got to be something out there?
Oh my days.
That was almost instantaneous though, wasn't it?
Yeah. What was that?
Rag tip with squid.
Yeah, I'm doing all that.
Yeah, but on a slightly smaller hook.
Oh, you put a smaller hook on that, then?
Oh, it's 3 hook flapper, what do you expect?
You got a scratching rig up.
Too blooming right.
You funny man.
Well, there's nothing happening on the big base, was there? And we had an audience. Might as well try and get some fish on camera.
Hello. That one I just bent out with rag on. Look. Watch.
Which one, left or right?
Right, watch.
Do I get the feeling they're coming on the feed? Was that just straight rag? No, straight rag as in nothing else with it. No squid, no... Alright, rag tip with squid. What, a stingray bait? 14 on the stream at the moment. Sorry guys, bit of a delay there. I've had a pout and a strap, Daryl. It's only just starting to come onto the feed now. But got a slight issue with my power at the moment, so give me a moment. Yeah, it's charging again now. So yeah, considering nothing was happening with the bigger baits, I've gone to a free hook scratching rig on my left hand rod. And on my right hand rod, I've got my first little pout I had. He's gone straight back out as a live bait. Phil's gone for a big ragworm bait on one of his rods. And what have you got on the other one? And he's got a peeler crab on the other one. But yeah, the worm baits are getting smashed almost as soon as they hit the bottom out there at the moment. The last 5-10 minutes. Yeah, Daryl, don't let me forget to tell Phil that I'm out fishing him at the moment. I'm sure you'll remind him. Right, I might have to reposition the camera in a minute because it's just starting to rain. And so, bear with me, boys and girls. Oh, I'll let you tell him that, Daryl. He says it's not hard to outfish you.
It's not
Hard to outfish you.
hard to fish you.
Outfish you.
Oh, it's not hard to fish you.
Yeah.
Not lately.
Anything else being caught around anywhere, Daryl? Any other live streams going on? Fair enough. It's still empty down here, Daryl. few rays coming off us there. I seen pictures of Soul and Place and that coming from Beck's.
You got that, haven't you? Huh? What is it? What is it? What? Oh, mate.
He's still kicking. Look where it missed the freaking hook. That is, oh. That missed the hook by about. Well, boys and girls, something just did that to my live bait. It was there until about 10 yards out and then it dropped off. And considering the bait was only sort of 20 yards out,
Mate, all them worms
gone.
Yeah.
I'm just so annoyed. You've seen where that was on that hook. Would you class that as a proper bite, Phil? Pardon?
That's what I'm waiting.
You on about what did that to the whiting? Robbie. Sorry guys, I'm going to have to move you again so I can actually keep you dry. Bear with me. Yeah, I doubt it was a conger, mate, because that was only about 20 yards out. Were you over your line then, Phil? Were you over your line then? The more annoying thing was... No, it's just light rain, it's just blowing straight through. It's that nasty stuff that gets you piss wet through.
Yeah, and it's transportation.
The wind's changed round and it's coming slightly into our face.
Mate, it's coming in the tent.
I know.
What's going on?
I don't know. It's blowing over our shoulder and then it's coming around into the tent. But yeah, I was more annoyed that wherever it took, it was literally just below. My hook was just below it. Took out a great big chunk of back of the pout and missed my hook by about a millimetre. It was literally underneath. True, they are known to swim right in, but here, Phil.
Yeah.
That dead bait.
Yeah.
Have a watch of it.
It's still going.
Well, it just went and come back up again. Not a proper pull down. Did you bring any blueies with you or not?
No. Sure.
Whereabouts you two then, Robbie? Lucky git. Got some really good fishing over there in Southern Ireland. I went over and tried fishing the Barrow Peninsula for a week a few years ago. All the right conditions, right places, right bait. Managed one huss. Now it's starting to rain.
Yeah, I don't understand what's coming.
It's coming over our shoulder and then blowing in.
Yeah. How the hell is it doing that?
Vacuum?
Hey?
Vacuum?
Vacuum? I really don't know.
Right, I'm going to have to end this stream because I don't want to get my phone pissed wet through. If we get anything, I'll post up photos later on. Good night to everyone. Let's hope fishing improves. Alright guys, good night all. I'm going to have to get my phone in the dry.